Test. What is up, guys? I don't know if you could tell, but I had a corneal abrasion on my left eye. Basically, it's just a cut on my eyeball, and it's supposed to heal between 24, 48, or Google said 72 hours. Doctor said 24 to 48. It's been 48 hours, I believe. I got it Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. Oh, it hasn't been 48 hours yet. It's gonna be 48 hours tonight at 5-ish. So it's actually doing pretty good already. So I feel a lot better. I've been wearing an eye patch all day, since, and haven't been able to trade or anything. So I didn't trade yesterday. We're loading back yesterday. Yesterday's day. And yeah, let's go ahead and see if we could trade it. Wow, there's a lot of volatility. Looks of it, that's a lot of bars for 9 minutes. Yeah, things are a little bit blurry with my left eye, but it doesn't hurt as much anymore. Definitely not anywhere near where it did before. But let's go ahead and just give this a shot. All right. The second entry on the minute chart. Not much on this guy. We had a swing high first entry, second entry. Overall trend was up. We were coming up on these highs, maybe. I would have wanted a little bit more of a test for the overall trend to become down. So the overall trend is still up. So selling on a 1 ticker, best option. Maybe a non-obvious 4 ticker, so you wouldn't have gotten in a trade there. You had a swing low first entry, second entry. Looks like a range day. Oh, definitely not. Kind of a trending day into a range day because things are very sideways. It's hard to see a trend. So the biggest moves are what I think is going to be the biggest play. It's hard to say that this is a trending day due to the fact that it's not really a trend. It's just very sideways. So I think the biggest move is what's going to be or it could be a trending day. I'm not too sure, actually. If we say it's a trending day, especially with that spike. Well, let's see. We got a swing low first entry, second entry. That's your signal bar. Yeah, the double bottom, the push up, that's a spike down. On the minute chart, I'm showing this, just a normal drop. Huge spike down. So I would personally, at that point right here, I think that's where the correction is. First thing we have to decide with the spikes is whether or not there's FOMO. It's going to be involved. If the market starts to push up here, I guess there was FOMO involved in this particular trade for this to be a spike, because buying here is the best option. We can imagine it's very similar to a trade that happened yesterday, which was if it broke above here. No, there's not much FOMO involved in this guy. Buying here is still the best option. I guess you could say the overall trend is down. Even though, actually, yeah, that's right. So this is not much of a spike. The reason why is because that's a strong, massive spike down with no FOMO involved. There's no correction, nothing like this. So people aren't too worried about entering this. So we're not going to treat it as a spike, because if it was treated as a spike, we would be shorting because everybody would be buying and trying to correct it. So if we treat it with a spike with no FOMO, the fact that it's hard to imagine for that to come all the way down and just drop and test those lows without any like significant correction. Here there's no correction inside, so swing low first entry, second entry, you could just treat it as an overall downtrend instead of a spike. And the quicker you realize that, the better, because I got it. Yeah, so that's exactly it. So buying there is the best option. And then in this particular part right here, this is before 10, but let's say if this was after 10, this still works out because you break, there's going to be FOMO involved in here of people missing out once it breaks out this way. So there's a ton of FOMO of people worrying that the market's going to keep on pushing down. So that's why you want to sell, actually. And yeah. So since there's no actual lows here, this is not a spike with FOMO, essentially. Yeah. All right, I'm going to fast forward. Let's go to the first trade. All right, this is going to be an interesting one. We'll see how this works out. So here we're essentially just relying on the fact that there's going to be a whatchamacallit, FOMO. Oops. So it's not a spike. I thought this would be a spike, considered a spike, but when you have stacked bars like that, when they're still sideways, it becomes more of a trend, even if it's like and at this point right here, you're not suspecting the market to push up there, so it's not a spike. I was a little bit distracted just now, but I'm debating whether or not I should be trading. But yeah, that's originally I was gonna do a sell, but then I tried to just think too much, and I saw this move, and I drew it over here. You did have a correction there, and anyway, but yeah, it's not gonna be actually that's its entire move right there. Wow, these bars are forming fast. So yeah, the sell there on a one ticker is obviously the best option. And you could have done a non-obvious because of these highs over here, but I would have been okay with the one ticker due to the fact that it works out. But yeah, actually, let's see if we could get in a non-obvi. Even in these highs, so you're at a low 25, so right here. Let's see what happens. And if it breaks below this guy, ooh, oh nice, non-obvi works. So that's cool. Oh yeah, we're gonna be trading live today. Probably next video. It's gonna be a live video. Live. Actually wanted to go for the buy here. Let's see. That would have worked out easy. So the reason why you want to go for the buy here is very interesting because now overall trend is down. You have a ton of resistance there. I mean, a ton. And the market's starting to push over, especially with all these tests being over here. Yeah, the overall trend is going to become down, which is why you want to buy now. So that would have been a very good trade. We could have made that up pretty easily. Oh, and we would have got real lucky too. Huge spike down. So the thing about this one though, I don't think there's gonna be much FOMO involved because people see these higher lows and higher just developing, and people are imagining the market pushing up all the way to the high. So in my honest opinion, I don't think it's a spike that this is gonna push all the way back to lows. Yeah, it's kind of difficult for me to see that. We did hit these highs. I guess you could say the market would drop. Yeah, I guess it could be. Because you're coming off these highs, and I guess you can say that, oh yeah, it might go all the way back down to the lows. I didn't really place my order right on time, but let's see what happens. All right, so we were right initially. So there's no FOMO of it correcting all the way down because people see these higher highs and are imagining this move happening, this in big correction being corrected. So there's no FOMO going in this direction. So buying there is actually the better option. Yeah. So good thing we didn't trade yesterday. Who knows? It might have been a little bit different. Nice second entry on the minute chart. All right, and we got another one here. got in the trade. Ooh boy. Oh man. Oh boy, I have no idea why that one didn't work. Wow. Maybe scuff trade would have been a better one here, but dang man. I can't believe that one didn't work. Swing off first entry. Market pushes up here. Maybe we could still get in the market right here on a buy. Oh, or non-AV buy? Oh man. Shoot. I think this thing might just drop. Let's see. 75, so right here. We're still just trying out here. Okay. So it looks like non-obvious trades are becoming the better trade here. Because we had a swing high first entry, second entry. It didn't match up with this guy, unfortunately, and we still entered it either way. I'm trying to see what was the reason for this not to work here. Could be in the fact that it's in congestion. Overall trend is down. I guess people are still trying to push the market up here at this point. Because these people did get stopped out on that part. And even though they did get stopped out, do you buy? It's a tough one for sure. Then we have a swing high, first entry, second entry. Ton of trades in here. Probably not a good thing, to be honest. Let's see. So I think there's definite FOMO happening here. Is something interesting is happening here, which is I actually don't think this one's gonna work out because I don't think there's enough FOMO in this particular situation where people think the market's just gonna drop down. If we maybe broke below these lows, man, it's so hard to say, but maybe if we broke below these lows, then I think there'd be a lot more FOMO in this particular picture. So buying there is actually still the better option. Same thing with this case here, right? Right here. But now I think there's definite FOMO happening here in this direction. but now. Okay, let's go for the buy. So treat it like a spike, right? If we have this many losses at negative 29, oh, stop already. I think I'm going to stop after 2 losses every day. Because if it's 2 losses, there's a good chance there'll be 3 losses. And with 3 losses, there's no point of continuing because even if you do hit your 30, it's just like a break even almost. So, so 2 losses and that's it for the day. We'll just take the L's. Because if you get 2 losses, especially in a row, and there's something wrong with the reading or with the market, or it's not behaving with what we're used to, and it's just no point of continuing the trade. So I think there's a ton of FOMO here, so this is going to be treated as a spike. The reason there's a FOMO is because people are looking at these highs right here and worried that they're not going to be able to catch on. Alright, can we get in this trade? This is still our signal bar. Actually, why are we on it? It's supposed to be right there. Oh boy. Damn. Wow. I guess because we didn't break above the highs, people were still suspecting a bounce. That could be it. So big rule there is if only we break above those lowers, or because every single time we thought it was going to be a spike, or with FOMO, but it never becomes a case unless it breaks below that level of resistance or support and resistance. So that's something you have to watch out for. All right, I'm not sure if we're going to be trading live today. Let's go up until like 11, see if we can make up for all this these losses. Huh. Damn, we're just getting slapped around, boys. Oh wait, we did come off these highs. Let's go for non-obvi. We would be in the trade already. Oh, still getting slapped around. Gee, believe it, boys. Wow, good thing we did not trade yesterday. Hold up, we did come off the I said before that if you test it once, it doesn't count as an overall trend down unless it's been super recent. And in this case, it's been massively recent, due to the fact it's only been, let's see, 10 minutes since this last test. And 10 minutes is absolutely nothing. So this is definitely a level of resistance. So once we hit that, overall trend becomes down, so you want to buy there. And it looks like we're going to test it again, so buying here is still the best option. Let's put all our money onto this one. Let's do this at 20. Cause what the heck? No. One ticker? Nah, not a one ticker. Obvious. Right there. Still didn't get in the trade. One ticker would have got the scalp already. Oh god. We're not doing too well here, boys. $287 loss. Okay. All right, the highs are right here, so we didn't test there yet. So overall trend is still down, I believe. So buying is still what we wanted to do, but non-obvious didn't work out. I honestly think the best trade here was not to sell out a. We did a non-obvious and we still got stopped out, which is interesting. Just by a couple ticks, and just unlucky. We have these highs here. We came off of them, but then we started moving in that direction again. We didn't test it, so maybe overall trend is still up. The fact that we didn't test it again, so here we still haven't tested it. They're more like up here in these highs, and we're still struggling to get up there. So I think overall trend becomes up, especially with that big move there. That's the best thing I could come up with. So selling is actually what you want to do. Swing low, first entry, second entry, shorting there. I actually don't think shorting there would have worked out. Let's rewind. Actually, no, we can just decide right here. If we would have got triggered here, so that we know the next bar for some reason at least triggers it, or this guy, so we don't get our scalp till way over here. Let's see real quick. Actually, we can just see on this guy. So we would have got triggered here, 75. So mid 2, 4, 5. Yeah, we. Oh wait, hold on. 2, 4, 5, and 2 ticks. 1, 2. Yeah, we would have got stopped out. Oof. This is a tough one, boys. It might be our tick chart, to be honest, because if you take a look at the minute chart, there's very different amount of bars than there is here. Very significant, and it's quite unfortunate. But maybe that's just us trying to make up for the fact that we're not good traders. Swing high, first entry, second entry. Okay, what does it look like here, Nick? I think buying here is the best option, because if you take a look at this guy, that's a spike. And if you treat it with FOMO, even though we got stopped out here, does overall trend become down? It does. So after it hits the highs, overall trend becomes down. That's also could be like this, treated once again like a spike, like a FOMO thing, and buying there, it's the best option. Okay, I think we just had some bad trading. Yeah, this is a difficult day for sure. We're just gonna today when 10 o'clock hits, we're just gonna trade until we get 2 losses, or maybe even just 1 loss. We'll see. Especially if it's a loss, we have no idea how it happened. It's kind of like some of these guys. But yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching.